Hello everyone, my name is Faizan. Welcome to my channel. So this month, well, today is 1st April, but I am talking about the March. So in March, I have read around 9 books. All the books are here. So it is a good month in terms of reading, not only quantity but also quality. There are two 5-star books that I read this month, and by 5 star I mean I gave them the 5 star. It's not that they were 5 star and I read that. It means that I read those books and I like those books so much that I have given them 5 stars, and that does not happen a lot. But this month this happens twice. So I will tell you what those books were when we come to end. So I will take a book from the pile and then I will talk about it a little. So on this tab, I have my Goodreads open and I will check the first book I have read in the month of March. It was The Wrong Man. The Wrong Man. Okay. It is The Wrong Man. Wrong Man by Jason Dean. So it's been a month I have read this book, but I still remember a plot somewhat. The story is about a person who was wrongly framed for murder of the person he was security of. Then he break out of the prison and moved to take the revenge. Turns out it was, again, if you have read these type of books or have even watched any movie like this, you will be able to figure out who was the reason behind the wrong accusation. It is always the partner of the hero. And this is a very cinematic book. I mean, it can be easily adapted to any movie. The author has written it like that. There are several movie books, and I guess the authors who write the movies with who write the books with movies in their mind. They are writing a book, but they have the experience of screenwriting. So it comes out in a book. So every chapter, the chapters are small and they are complete a one scene. Even the story is very action type movie. For example, there is a hero. All the scene, I mean, there is a prison break scene. There is a robbery scene. There is a bank heist. There is a collecting the team for the bank heist. There is a aeroplane scene. There is a fighting scene, 1 versus 6 fighting scene. There is, and in the end, the stakes is so high that it is a movie, it is not a book. All in all, if I have to say that this is not a very, you will not come out with something very satisfying. You will be able to enjoy this book. You will be digest it, but it will be like a McD pizza or something. It will not fill you. So that is my review of the book. It is not good for your health, but it is tasty. But again, if I knew what type of book it was, I would not have read it because it is just time waste. And another book, the next book in my Goodread list is Find Her First. Another book is Find Her First by Emma Christie. Find Her First is if you have read the novel Me Before You or watched a movie. And there is also another one called Just One Day something or Letting Her Go, something like that. See, in this movie, in this book, There is two things the author discuss. First of all, the story is very uh, thriller type. There is a the police inspector find a picture of a woman in the house of a criminal, and then she come to the husband like, where is your wife? And he start to say that my wife is on some kind of writing retreat and no one knows where is she and all that things. So in one way you think that the husband had murdered his wife, but on other hand you know, because there is a point of view from the husband too, so you know he has not done it. But there is also some kind of suspense that there is some cheating going on. This happens when you have a point of view of the criminal, like the murder of Roger Ackroyd. It kinds of makes you fool. You don't, if you don't trust the narrator, you don't trust the person whose POV you are reading, then there is nothing much to trust. There is no reliable point in the book. This is a debatable strategy to write a book, but again, there are no rules in writing. So, Find Her First is about two things, mostly one thing, and it is shown in two ways. It asks the question if we should let the person die if they want to, and it shows two person who is asking the same question. One is criminal who has this kind of maniac episodes where he lose control of his body or brain and he murders someone. So before he goes to murder someone, he tries to kill himself. Okay, to protect the next person. Okay, I am a criminal, but I don't want to kill someone, so I will kill myself. But the society will not let him do that. So in that case, if that person goes out and murders someone, who should we blame? The people who saved that person. But then, if the person has not done any criminal, he is not a criminal. Just thinking about the crime does not make you a criminal. But you are certain you will act on it. To protect the other person, you are harming yourself. And if other person is saving you and then you go and harm the other person, then who is the responsible for that crime? And the second person is a good person, and she is, or that person is actually losing the control of their body, and they are sick and they are going to eventually die. So instead of going through that pain like a cancer patient or quadriplegic people, like instead of going through all that pain, they want to murder themselves. So do we allow, this is the same question in the book My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. The book is revolved around the same topic. Should we let the person die if they are sick enough? But it is our obligation. We try to protect. Maybe this the reason is in so many countries, suicide is not legal. Is because we do not know what to do if people start to kill themselves. Because we in our generation, we can say in the last 50 or 100 years, the medical field has changed a lot. They can protect from any disease or anything. So we are we are conditioned to be saved. We think we will be saved. So if there is a chance that we will be die, so we are not ready for it. We are not ready for the dead. In our ancient or our ancestors, they were ready for it. They were like, okay, now the time has come and I will move to the next one. And the second thing is how the moral values has been declined. The religion has been declined. So there is no belief in the next world. There is only The there is only this this belief that this is the only life we have, either live or die. This is the only one life we have. So this belief make you scared from dying. This belief make you scared from losing anyone because you think if someone dies, you will not be get meeting that person again. But if you have that thing in your mind that if that person will be dead and then later I will be dead and we will meet at the end of the world, or after the death in the afterlife we will meet, so it will make it easy for you. Then this book discuss all those things in a way or another way, and I I like the concept, but execution was a little weak. Maybe it is the thinness of the book. These type of stories need more character development, more text, more context, so you kind of clinch or you kind of resonate with the character, their heartbreak, their pain. And when only a one or two pages given to a person, so that does not make you relate to them so much. That happened. It is a short book, you can read it in a one sitting to understand, but it is a very good in terms of an entry to this kind of books where that and suicides have been discussed. After that you can move to a more thick books. Next is in the list is What My Sister Knew by Nina Loring. See, this is the book, first 5-star book of this month. I did not expect that I will like this book so much, and the reason is it foreshadow what is going to happen, and it still surprise you. You know that what has been happened, you know what would happen, and you know the secrets already, and the secrets are not revealed, but they have been showed to you in a very delicate or very sinister manner, I guess. Okay, I don't know that word, but what my sister knew does not hide or try to make fool of you. It says what it says, and you know what is happening. And if you have read books where twins are separated due to some kind of tragedy in the past, and then you can guess the climax, because in all the books we know what happened. We know that what we are actually looking at is not the reality. The truth is something else, and the separated twins will tell the truth. We in this book we follow the sister who is living her life, but she is again living a very miserable life. She is a very self-sabotage person who likes to destroy her own life, and we know the reason. We find the reason later, because she has some terrible childhood and it have its effect. The brother of that sister is in jail because he burns down the house and killed his mother and father. But now the boy is out of the prison and he is trying to meet the sister. And see, what happens is when you comes out of prison, you are not ready for the society because so much has been changed, and the society is not ready to accept you. There is always be a badge of crime on you. So he was not able to earn money. He asked for his sister, and they meet, and all those things happen. Then turns out a woman is also dead, and that woman was the boy's girlfriend or something. So this is the story. We follow the twins. We try to find out who does that and who does what. For me, it's a 5 star. It is a fast pace. It is a climax. Is good. It is a dark, and it is good. And from the cover, you will not, uh, you cannot predict that how dark this book can be. The next book is Unrest by Axel Stein. Unrest by Jesper Stein, not Axel Stein. Unrest is from the Scandinavian author, I guess. And the first book I read this year was Burned, and that was also from the Scandinavian author. I kind of get the genre now. They are dark crimes, moving towards mafia and some drug things. It is always drug. In this book, there is some riots going on between police and the students. We find a body, and they then have to find a criminal who did the murder. And that's it. This is the book. This is the story. It's a crime thriller. It's to find who killed the person, and our detective is again. But there is this weird thing about the detective. He is so horny in the book. He's getting illusion, or what do we say, images. He's thinking. He's imagining his ex-wife having sex with him. So I don't know. It's a very every female we encounter, the detective picturize himself having sex with her. So this is a very weird characterization for a detective. I mean, in all the detective novels, detectives are written as some breaker of the rules and some sigma males. But in this book, it is not that case. It is, we can see the detective is pathetic. And the next book is Risk of Harm by Lucie Whitehouse. Okay, this is the 1 star book from me, and I will not be, I will not be talking a lot about it. This is a boring book, and yes, there is a murder. There we have a female detective this time. And the point is, I don't know the author does it deliberately or this is kind of some sexist thing, but the focus is not on the crime. Focus is on the personal life of the female detective, her family, her brother, her mother, her father, her boyfriend, love triangle, her ex-boyfriend, everything. Everything is there. She is not doing the investigation. She is managing her family. She is managing her relationship. So I don't know why. What was this book about? On the basic level, there is the same thing. There is a they found a dead body and they don't know the dead body belonged to which person. They try to find the victim. They try to find the no to identify the victim, to find the killer. But again, Disco Farm is a terrible book from my side. The next is 6 Years by Harlan Coben. Harlan Coben. I have read another book of this author. I don't remember the name. Let me check the Goodreads. The another book I read of Harlan Coben was Goat. Okay, again, I don't remember anything about that book. See, this is the thing. You read the book and you forget about what happened in that book, and this is so terrible. But in 6 years, 6 years is a very fast-paced book. That I can say. It is. It moves so fast. It is a page turner. Actually, a page turner. If you need a book that you want to complete in a one sitting or one day, this is the perfect. So there is The story is about a man who has not moved on from his ex-girlfriend, and the ex-girlfriend has left him like 6 years back. The ex-girlfriend actually marry a person and invite him so he can forget about her, but then he still is not moved on. And then he read the obituary of the husband, and he think that okay, the husband is dead, now I have a window. And then he goes to meet the his ex-girlfriend, and turns out the wife of the dead husband is not the girlfriend. It was a lie, everything was a lie. The girlfriend, planned it all. There was a wrong cafe. He go to the cafe. He met that girl. He goes to the retreat. He goes to the park. Everywhere he goes, and everything was like it was not never there. Everyone tells him that the girl he is talking about does not exist. So this is the book about finding a girl that does not exist, but it exists for the man, and he find out. And turns out the plot was that there are people who are erasing their identity, and the girlfriend does that. But if you are going to erase your identity, why would you fall in love? Why would you meet a man 3 days before you plan to erase your identity? What was that about? I mean, this is a one big plot hole, I guess. I mean, if I have planned it, okay, after the 2 month, I will be erasing my memory from everyone's mind. I will be erasing my identity. I will be moving to a next island or something. I will minimize my encounters with people. I will surely will not fall in love with some person. The hookup is fine, but the girl completely fall in love with, and the boy completely fall in love, and it again later bite both of them. So yeah, next book is Blue Monday by Nikki French. Okay, where it is? Okay, Blue Monday by Nikki French. I like the book. See, uh, the point of the again, there is a dead body, there is a criminal, but this time we are not following the detective, we are following a psychotherapist. There is a man, he went to a doctor, and doctor told him that he should go to a psychotherapist. Then he goes to a psychotherapist, and psychotherapist is this old man who is not able to properly listen to him, so he get angry. So another psychotherapist comes in, and that psychotherapist is Frida Klein, our protagonist. And what happened is our man wants to be a father, but he cannot be a father naturally. So he start imagining it. So he tells it to his psychotherapist, "Okay, I want to be a father, and I imagine this boy with red shirt and green pajamas and all that." And what happened is there's the description he talks about a boy is actually kidnapped. It is on the news. So psychotherapists think that he has subconsciously kidnapped a boy. So this is the story. Turns out there was a twin who was doing it, and turns out that whatever the twins does, our 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 mad twin kind of visualize it. They are connected by some kind of magic or genetic powers, I guess. It is not explained, but yeah, it's a very nice novel when it comes to psychological thriller. It is not completely a psychological thriller. It is in a way that the person who is solving the crime is a psychotherapist, so he uses his psychological knowledge and information to to uncover the truth. It is very same as the novel I used to read. and the protagonist was a philosophical professor, and she used to solve the crime. I mean, she was not used to solve the crime. She was not a detective. She was the professor, and she used to encounter the situation in which a murder might have happened, and somehow she would have, you know, clashed with the person who was investigating, and they somehow she was. I mean, this is how the writer does. They make the character in a room, so they encounter and they find each other, they talk, and somehow that philosophical person used to solve the crime using the philosophical knowledge. In this book, she used psychological knowledge. So yeah, I like this novel. Next is The Black House by Peter May. I This is the 5-star book again, second 5-star book. I have another book of Peter May, that is Coffin Road, and I kind of find that Peter May's novels are actually situated and set up on an island, and this one is too, on a Levis Island. In this book, our detective goes back to his hometown and where he meet his past, his friend, his best friend, his enemies, bullies, parents, aunts, uncles, all those relatives, and everyone. When he goes back, there are certain things. When we move out of our hometown, there are so many things we forget. Maybe it is out of choice, maybe it is a memory loss, or maybe it is by force, or it is just to be happy. We kind of want to forget those things, or our mind block those things. So when we goes back to our hometown and we see all those things again, it kind of hurt us more. And that is what happened in this book, Peter May by Black House. Okay, the detective goes back and he uncovered the things that he was already forgotten about. If I talk more about the book, I might ruin the climax because it was unpredictable. It was surprising. It was a good suspense novel. But one thing we can talk about is how the men bring the justice. See, when you have small communities, in a small communities, or yes, in a small village, everyone knows everyone. So your respect, your reputation is more important than anything else. In a big cities, your reputation does not mean anything because no one knows anyone. There is no networking. So, but in a village, if you do one bad thing, they all will remember, and not only they will remember, their future generation will also remember, and your name, your house name, or your family name will be covered in dirt for a very long time unless some good kid brings some glory to your house to erase that bad thing. So, in this book, so that's what I am talking about. Okay, when we have a small community, your reputation is very important. So instead of going to a law or to police, our men in this book make a circle and talk to the criminal, and they tell him okay, why he does that. And in at that time he confess. He does not fight or he does not defend himself. He confess because for them, for the men, having shame in middle of 20 men is very poor thing. In a way, he has ruined his family name. So he confessed and he just killed himself. That's what happened. And the family name is ruined. And his kid has to suffer. His boy has to suffer. And when the boy when his son has to suffer, he starts suffering other people. There are so much going on in this book: small communities, dark secrets, past amnesia. So it is a good book if you want to read. And the next book is last book, The Drop by Harry. Harry Bosch is the character name. The Drop by Michael Connelly. Again, same thing. There is a murder, and they have to find a criminal. But in this book, there is two things happen. There are two murders. First is from the son of a very important person, and the second is some unknown girl from 20 years back. So when they were investigating the murder, 75% of book went into the investigation of a important person murder, and turns out that the son died by suicide. On the other hand, on the other hand, the girl they investigate, turns out the criminal was a psycho murderer, and he killed 37 girls and kids. This is what the book try to tell you. Okay, what we are doing, I mean the resources that we are investing or using on the people who are important or up to appease other people or people in power. If we if we relocate that resources to a proper crime investigation, we will do a better job in creating a safe society. So yeah, I mean there is more to it, but I do not want to explain so much. So it is a 4 star for me. If you want to give it a read, please do. So this month I am will be recommending three books, four books. Okay, these four books I will recommend it. From the nine I have read this month. Where are the other? I lost one book. No, all are there. Yeah, yeah. Our one is the drop. One is the drop, and then Nikki French, Blue Monday, What My Sister Knew, Nina Lorraine, and The Black House by Peter Moy. And that's it. Let's meet in the next review. Bye.